Hey, welcome back. It's Nolan Mathias, and today we are discussing the mixed messaging that is happening in the real estate market. Because yesterday, January 21st, 2021, CMHC came out with a report that they are stress testing their portfolio up to and including 50% reductions in housing values and 25% unemployment. And at the same time, the Bank of Canada has come out and said housing seems to be very affordable and that they aren't worried about the real estate market. So what's the right messaging here? Is the Bank of Canada correct? Is CMHC correct? Or is maybe the messaging in the media a little bit out of touch with what's actually being portrayed to them and the actual news, which is that pretty much CMHC is just stress testing their portfolio. But before we get into the actual conversation on this 5-Minute Friday, do me that favor for the most transparent and honest information in the industry. Click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and please hit that like button so more people like you can see this video. And leave me in the comments below what you think is going to happen in the real estate market in 2021. And also on top of that, don't forget about our race to 10,000 subscribers, where one lucky subscriber is going to win their monthly rent or mortgage payment just for subscribing to this channel. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's discuss the mixed messaging that's happening in the real estate market right now. Because as of yesterday, CMHC came out and said they are stress testing their portfolio. Now, stress testing their portfolio is completely normal. However, what happened is certain news organizations have picked up the news, and obviously news organizations work in the manner that if it bleeds, it leads, and they tend to make headlines more sensational than what they actually are. And right now I'm looking at an article from Yahoo Finance that says CMHC, home prices could fall 47.9% in worst case scenario without government help. And what that headline alone leads you to believe is that CMHC is predicting that that's what could happen and what is likely to happen, and it's not. What Yahoo Finance, and shame on you, Yahoo Finance has done, is they have basically pulled the absolute worst case scenario, which, by the way, CMHC has said is implausible, so unlikely, and they've made that their headline. And if you want to see the actual news headline here and see what CMHC actually said, just Google CMHC newsroom and go and take a look for yourself. Because what they've done is they use a baseline scenario of certain things that they see as plausible in the economy happening. And the baseline scenario for a negative economy that could affect CMHC adversely is that there's a negative 13.7% change in housing prices, peak to trough. There's a 5 consecutive quarters of housing prices declining, and there's a peak unemployment rate of 18.9%. So that is the scenario that they see as if there was a recession, that's what's likely to happen, and they are stress testing their portfolio against that. Now, they also stress test their portfolio against 4 other scenarios, ranging from moderately plausible to very unlikely and very severe. The 47.9% decline in housing prices, that is a very severe case and not something that they see as likely. But the good news is if that happened and if there was 25% unemployment in line with that, well, what they have said is that with some government support, they would survive, which is a really, really good thing. So CMHC is well prepared for the absolute worst case scenario. There's a very highly unlikely chance that housing prices are going to decline by 50% in Canada at any point in the near future. But if they did, hey, CMHC is good. Now, the Bank of Canada, even though CMHC is stress testing their portfolio and preparing for negative circumstances, the Bank of Canada is saying, hey, we're not worried about the real estate market right now because affordability is actually at an all-time high. And how they rank affordability is based on the percentage of disposable income that is going towards housing costs. Now, to put this in perspective, 31.5% of disposable income right now is going to housing costs. And the reason that it is so much lower than it was, let's say, 2 years ago, is because people have more money right now because they're spending less. Spending less means that more money is available to go to housing, which is why you are seeing people upgrade their housing because they're finding themselves working more from home. They're finding themselves looking for larger spaces, and combined with monetary policy, which is creating lower interest rates, they are able to afford more from the perspective of the actual outlay of cash they have to make every single month. And the Bank of Canada is saying this is totally different than 2018 when the housing market looked frothy because of speculation, foreign buyers coming in and buying properties at, high prices because they thought that things that at home in other countries were so bad that they wanted to diversify and be invested in Canada, or people were just speculating and thinking that housing prices would go nowhere but up, so they were buying more, and that created an artificial increase in prices. That's not what's happening in 2021. This is totally different. This is low interest rates combined with different preferences for housing, basically higher values in the real estate market that are within reason because they are affordable. So the news here is that the news is absolutely going out of their way to create ridiculous headlines. CMHC is just stress testing. They aren't creating predictions. This isn't a housing forecast that is leading to these articles right now. So it's just a stress test. It's just them saying, hey, we're okay, and we're okay if certain things happen in the economy. And then the other side of it is the Bank of Canada is reinforcing that housing prices are about where they should be right now based on the fact that there is increased demand and lower costs for living. So that's what's happening on January 22nd, 2021 in the housing market. If you found this video useful, if you found it transparent and honest, do me that favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Tell me what you think is going to happen in the comment section below, and hit that like button so more people like you can see this video. We'll see you next week on the very next one, and I hope you have a great weekend. Cheers.